Recently, I upgraded my keyboard and mouse combo to the MX Master keys and the MX Master 3 from the MX Master and my old Corsair K50 gaming keyboard. There are two versions of the MX keys to be aware of, one for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, and a version that is exclusive for the Mac OS. You can tell the difference between the color of the keycaps. The purpose of this keyboard and mouse is productivity, of which it achieves. The MX Keys has the perfect keystroke that allows for fast and fluid typing, which boasts a huge 5 months battery life off a single charge with the backlight turned off, and up to 10 days with the backlight turned on and cranked up. The backlights do have smart illumination, which detects when your hands are on the keyboard, helping preserve the battery life further. The keys are intended to help increase accuracy when typing. Now, surprisingly, this is something that I absolutely love about the keyboard. First impressions when purchasing the keyboard online were that the keycaps were very ugly, but in person, the dished keys are nowhere near as aggressive as they appear in the photographs. The new and improved design of the MX Master 3 took me a while to adjust to. The better placement of the next page and previous page buttons has encouraged me to use these more frequently. Now using an ultra-wide monitor, this saves me a lot of time no longer needing to move the mouse cursor to the top left corner, which feels so far away when you are using a huge display. The reduced weight of the MX Master 3 does make this a much more versatile mouse. If you use the same computer in the evenings for a little bit of casual gaming after work, you can still be competitive in first-person shooters, without having the inconvenience of having to connect a secondary mouse to play your video games. Compared to the MX Master 1, which has a battery life of 40 days, the Master 3 has a huge 70 days off of a single full charge. And Logitech claims after a quick 1-minute charge, you can get up to 3 hours of wireless use with the MX Master 3. Something I used a lot on the MX Master 1 was the horizontal scroll wheel. Its placement and ergonomics was perfect. However, with the MX Master 3, it has a more aggressive angle and height. Although minor, I now have to adjust my hand placement to access it, and I no longer use it as frequently. You can fully customize both the keyboard and the mouse inside of the Logi Options software. For example, you can customize all of the F keys on your keyboard to launch applications, trigger shortcuts, and more. In my setup, I never use the F1 or F2 keys, so I reprogrammed these to launch Adobe Lightroom on F1, and on F2, I use this to launch Adobe Premiere Pro. These are programs that I use multiple times a day, all week long, that I can now trigger with a single button press on my keyboard. Additionally, for both the mouse and the keyboard, you can customize the buttons for each application you use, allowing for some of the best customization and optimization of your peripherals out there, and it couldn't be simpler. The whole motive of switching to this Logitech keyboard and mouse in my setup was to have a single combo to work between my Windows machine and my new M1 Mac Mini. This is possible with the Logitech Easy Switch, allowing you to connect and use the MX keys and MX Master 3 with up to 3 devices. This has to be one of my favorite features. However, I do wish with a single key press on my keyboard, I could switch both devices simultaneously. Although minor, it can be very annoying to turn my mouse upside down and click through the connected devices, especially in comparison to the quick switching buttons found on the MX keys. Now, all of this sounds great and is probably perfect in exactly what you're looking for. However, there are a few areas that you may need to consider where I've had a few issues. First, connectivity issues. Countless times I have experienced dropouts from the keyboard and excessive stuttering when using the mouse. I have tried multiple USB hubs, ports, and placements both far and near, but it just seems to keep randomly happening with no true explanation. The second issue for some people may be that there is no height adjustment for the keyboard itself. Now for me, this does not bother me. I find the keyboard extremely comfortable to use at the fixed height that it comes at, but certain people may wish to increase the keyboard incline or have it laying completely flat, very similar to an Apple keyboard. Now the third issue is if you get the optional palm rest. Now I think the palm rest is very comfortable and probably one of the best palm rests you can combine with the MX Master keys without spending a fortune on some really high-end palm rest. However, when I use it with a larger mouse mat, the palm rest slides around constantly, almost rendering it redundant and irritating. If you place the palm rest directly onto your desk, it grips perfectly fine and never moves. It's fantastic. But if you're placing it onto a mouse mat, like that Corsair gaming mouse mat that I have got, it is very, very annoying. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel for more just like this coming in the future. And check out the affiliate links down below in the video description to help support the channel if you end up purchasing these items. Thanks for watching.